Hello everyone, I am Anjali Tyagi and now we are going to discuss about different periods of English literature. So let's start. Very first period of English literature is All English or Anglo-Saxon period, that is from 450 to 1066. The term Anglo-Saxon comes from two Germanic tribes, the Angles and the Saxons. Much of the first half of this period prior to the 17th century at least had oral literature. A lot of the prose during this time was a translation of something else or otherwise legal, medical, or religious in nature. However, some works such as Beowulf and those by period poets Caedmon and Cynewulf are important. The era ends in 1066 when Norman France under William conquered England. Second period of English literature is Middle English period, and that is from 1066 to 1500. The Middle English period sees a huge transition in the language, culture, and lifestyle of England and results in what we can recognize today as a form of modern English. This period is home to the likes of Chaucer, Thomas Malory, and Robert Henryson. Notable works include Piers Plowman and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Next period of English literature is the Renaissance period, and that is from 1500 to 1660. This period is often subdivided into four parts, including the Elizabethan age, the Jacobean age, the Caroline age, and the Commonwealth period. The Elizabethan age was the golden age of English drama. Some of its noteworthy figures include Christopher Marlowe, Francis Bacon, Edmund Spenser, Sir Walter Raleigh, and of course William Shakespeare. Now, the Jacobean age. Jacobean age is named for the reign of James I. It includes the works of John Donne, Shakespeare, Michael Drayton, John Webster, Elizabeth Cary, Ben Jonson, and Lady Mary Roth. The King James translation of the Bible also appeared during the Jacobean age. Next age is the Caroline age, and the Caroline age covers the reign of Charles I, John Milton, Robert Burton, and George Herbert are some of the notable figures of this age. Next age is the Commonwealth period. Finally, the Commonwealth period was so named for the period between the end of English Civil War and the restoration of the Stuart monarchy. John Milton and Thomas Hobbes' political writings appeared while drama suffered. Now the next period is the Neoclassical period, and that is from 1600 to 1785. The Neoclassical period is also subdivided into three ages: the Restoration Age, the Augustan Age, and the Age of Sensibility. The Restoration period sees some response to the Puritanical age, especially in the theatre. Restoration comedies of manner developed during this time under the talent of playwrights like William Congreve and John Dryden. Other notable writers of the age include Aphra Behn, John Bunyan, and John Locke. The Augustan age was the time of Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift. Daniel Defoe was also popular. The Age of Sensibility, sometimes referred to as the Age of Johnson, was the time of Edmund Burke, Edward Gibbon, James Boswell, and of course Samuel Johnson. There were some novelists in this age: Henry Fielding, Samuel Richardson, and Lawrence Sterne, as well as the poets William Cowper and Thomas Percy. Now the next period of English literature is the Romantic period, and that is from 1785 to 1832. The beginning date for the Romantic period is often debated. Some claim it in 1785, immediately following the Age of Sensibility. Others say it began in 1789 with the start of the French Revolution, and still others believe that 1798, the publication year for William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge's book Lyrical Ballads, is its true beginning. This era includes the works of William Wordsworth, Coleridge, William Blake, Lord Byron, John Keats, Charles Lamb, P.B. Shelley, Jane Austen, and Mary Shelley. Next period is the Victorian period. This period is named for the reign of Queen Victoria. It was a time of great social, religious, intellectual, and economic issues, heralded by the passage of the Reform Bill, which expanded voting rights. Poets of this time include Robert and Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Christina Rossetti, Alfred Lord Tennyson, and Matthew Arnold. Thomas Coleridge, John Ruskin, and Walter Peter were advancing the essay form at this time. Finally, prose fiction truly found its place under the auspices of Charles Dickens, Emily Bronte, George Eliot, and Thomas Hardy and Samuel Butler. Now, next period is the modern period, and that is from 1901 to 1945. The modern period traditionally applies to works written after the start of World War I. Some of the most notable writers of this period include the novelist James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, T.H. Lawrence, Joseph Conrad, W.B. Yeats, E.M. Forster, and the dramatists George Bernard Shaw, Samuel Beckett, and Harold Pinter. New criticism also appeared at this time, led by the likes of Woolf, Eliot, and others. Now, next period is the postmodern period, and that is from 1945 to till date. The postmodern period begins about the time that World War II ended. Post-structuralist literary theory and criticism developed during this time. Some notable writers of the period include Samuel Beckett, Joseph Heller, Anthony Burgess, John Fowles, and Ian Banks. Many postmodern authors wrote during the modern period as well. So these are the different ages of English literature, and we will discuss in detail in the next video. Thanks and take care.